It is no secret that the ranked ladder in Duel Links is easy to climb. But what if we added a twist to it? In this series I will climb to King of Games, but each time I win, I have to change my deck to the archetype my opponent played, constantly changing my decks and forcing me to master each one along the way. This is the Duel Links deck progression series. Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So in the last episode we played the first 5 duels of our Duel Links deck progression series, and the last deck we defeated was Lyrilusk. So this episode we're starting off with Lyrilusk. It's May, so the ranked ladder has reset, and because I didn't have enough time to do it last month, I just finished the run with Therion. If you guys want the deck list, tell me in the comments below. So first off, Lyrilusk. I've decided to go with the FTK variant. So 5 tags doesn't seem like a lot, but with 5 tags in a precious card skill, you still have around 80 to 90% chance to actually open the Sphere Mode or Lava Golem, because you see 8 cards of your deck. And the FTK, I've already made a shot on it. So basically the extra deck is set, but if we go second, we can use the Recital Starlings to crash into Lava Golem, or Nightingale with at least 4 materials to finish the game, because 4 material Nightingale has 1000 attack thanks to Barrel Canary, which is normally summoned with. So first I'll showcase the combo. So the materials it's gonna have are those from Nightingale, because Nightingale can get to 6 materials, and Ghostbreak Angel of Mischief has 3. So I'll just show you in a normal combo. What we start with doesn't really matter as long as we draw anything useful. So for example with this weekend combo, it's just important that we get all names into rotation. And we have 3 to 4 searches to get those names. So you basically want to have double Sapphire Swallow in rotation to get those under Nightingale. You can do that with Tri-Brigade Engine. And you need to make Ghostbreak Angel of Mischief into Winged Beast Monster, so we need Reprodocus in the actual deck. So here we almost have everything already. So let's just grab the second Sapphire, make room on the board, grab some cards. So one Novel, because we need that one. At this point we already have everything we need, but let's go for more advantage. Just make sure to not start your combo with Barrel Canary, because that one locks you into Xyz. And don't use the effect of Bear Brum if it leaves the field. So with Ferrijit, we summon Novel and make sure to not summon it in the middle zone. Then with Novel we need to banish 2 cards, and one of them has to be the Sapphire Swallow, the other one doesn't matter. So we get into Bear Brum, and now Bear Brum discards 2 to bring back or Swallow. We go into Shuraik. Making some space here. This one doesn't lock you, so I guess we can do it. And just to show you What would happen if you don't draw hard draw King Cabio? I'll shuffle it back. Because we can search it. Because here we go into Replodocus. And since we have 2 banished cards, we can add King Cabio because it's a beast due to Shrike. And we can add Fractal. Fractal could get you another copy of Sapphire Swallow into the graveyard if you don't draw it. And at this point we still have our normal summon for King Cabio, and we need to go into Nightingale, which we do with Barrel Canary. So Barrel Canary revives the Sapphire Swallow. We go into Nightingale. We attach 2 materials, bringing it to 5. We activate Wagtail, bringing it to 6. Now King Cabio brings back something. We go into Dullahan, and Dullahan ranks up. Make sure that Mischief is under Replodocus. Now we change the type. And we choose Winged Beast. Now, please don't misclick. Monster you choose will be the Xyz material. Just like that, Ghost Trick Angel of Mischief wins the duel. So let's get into ranked. Okay, so no FTK this time. Let's see what we're up against. 20 cards. Is this another Lyrilusk? Oh god. And I think the 20 card versions are on Elphobia, so that might be interesting. But we have an advantage because we can banish their Nightingale and they can't banish ours, so we should still be winning this. Yeah, the Phobia build. So Link monsters work perfectly fine. Oh, they didn't even activate. They don't have their toggle on. Well, unfortunate. For them. I guess we can bird call first. Yes. No. And now let's go. Yeah, they saw it. So I guess we'll be staying on Lyrilusk. If you don't think we should play FTK versions of decks, just let me know in the comments below. In that case, I will not play FTK anymore. But yeah, they were on a pretty similar build. Just a different kind of FTK. Because if your deck doesn't play the Horus engine, they normally cannot activate monster effects, except link monsters. Alright, now it gets interesting. Will this win through possible hand traps? Let's find out. So first off, we already have combo. So let's see if this actually works out. There was delay, so there's DD Crow. So let's hope we draw a second target. Perfect. This way we can guarantee that we don't get DD Crowed here. I think because we're pretty sure that this is FTK, we can play it a bit more conservatively. A win condition is basically using the knowledge of his deck and sacking him with Lava Golem because the FTK won't work through DD Crow. So let's just do it like this. Yeah, that was DD Crow. And let's try again next turn. There is delay. That's kind of unfortunate. Dropped it. And drop it, yeah. So there is another hero card in hand. Maybe we... Oh, he actually used Doom Lord. That's really good for us. Now he can't OTK. Also, does this work? Oh no, it just says level 4 lower. But then again, DP and Plasma will get Lava Golemed. And we can... at least force a draw, I guess. Oh no, actually, we keep Lava Golem on the spot and let him lose 500 life points in draw phase. So we need to get between 36 and 39. Unless there's a Dystopia in hand, which would force a draw. But I think we're still in a very fine spot. We could actually also go for the kill with Shurike. So let's see how this turns out. Wait, he fused off Plasma? That's interesting. I mean, I guess he's still learning the deck. Otherwise, I also can't explain why he used Doom Lord. Because I had a monster with 0/0, so he could have just went for lethal. Now he can't. Yeah, he definitely fucked up. That doesn't matter. We just need to get rid of DP. Place a golem on his bot. Okay, so let's go. Bye-bye DP. Bye-bye dominance. Hello Lava Golem. Let's first see what we're working with. No, we don't need this in deck. That's really good. That makes us win through DD Crow. Just triggers on XC summon. But I guess we could use this to... No, let's not. Let's be safe. This way it's way safer. Because this cannot be targeted. Now we need to boost. The rest can be walling up. Yeah, increase gets back. Oh wait, game froze. Konami, if you see this, please fix this. This wasn't the first time. Please don't read Lava Golem. Yes. Lucky. Okay. So now we switch up to Destiny Hero. Okay, so this is the list we were facing. And it actually looks really decent, so I think we can actually take this and play it ourselves. Also nicely blinked out deck. That looks amazing. So for this time, we'll just copy it and play it like that. Where's Esther? Wait, we don't have Jetmaster. Okay, understandable. This box was pretty bad. Also don't want to go into boxes right now because our championship qualifier boxes are coming up. So yeah, we'll play something else. How many heroes do we run? Yeah, I think I just add a second Vion to decrease the chance of us breaking. Also, this should be fusion sub. Because we actually don't need to combo with Stratos. We can just, instead of comboing with Stratos, we just set our Liquid Soldier from hand and then fuse it off like that. Because the skill doesn't lock us out of setting. Also, some people were commenting why I don't run Lancea. So, Lancea is one thing. It's good against D-Hero and ABC. But it's bad against a lot of other decks, so I prefer to run other cards. So, for example, you can increase Veilers, you can increase DD Crows. Because those are really flexible right now. They basically hit everything. And while it is true that Lancea is insane in the matchups it's good against, I just don't see it with Therion still being a very strong deck right now. So let's get right into it. Oh, this may be red eyes in our next game. So first off, great opening hand. Let's see if there's hand drops. If not, we should be good to go. Okay, no Veiler, no DD Crow. Next check is for Duel, which we can already play around, but still needs to be checked for. So let's get Denier. Now for the draw check. Okay. The only thing left to check for is Nip, basically. So, is there Nip? No Nip. So here we grab Liquid Soldier. Go into Wonder Driver before we lock ourselves into Dark. And now we can lock ourselves. So we want in the graveyard those three. We don't need to grab Plasma, at least from graveyard, because we're fine, we checked. So first off, let's grab Plasma. And then let's look for Summer and traps. Yeah, like this. We will summon it again later, so we don't need to use it right now. And we may need to hurry up a bit. Yeah, we actually could have discarded Stratos here. Maybe that would have been better. Yeah, we fucked up a bit. We should have searched the plasma later. So after we put the card back on top with Denier, that's the point where we should use D-Force. So let's grab something back. I guess this. Graveyard effect. It's been a minute since I played D-Hero. With the team in voice call it's always a bit easier. But we still have DD Crow, Droll and Veiler. So that should be pretty hard. Especially because he gets the names in graveyard, so he actually can't run over plasma. And he also has an attack decrease, so he needs to deal with DP first and then push something above the plasma attack threshold. And since we don't have any links on our board, going into Goddess is pretty hard for him right now. Because we can just get rid of his link too. Yeah, so basically if you look at my combo, just use D-Force later, and if you discard the Stratos, because you can add it back with add back from Decider. But that's the charm about this challenge. Basically forces me to play the decks optimally, otherwise winning can be kind of hard. Okay, 1 second. Do we want to interrupt? Yeah, we definitely want to keep 5 names out of rotation. So, best time to DD Crow, I guess. So it doesn't get here the Mental Lord. Yeah, I guess. And we will just turn Toggle back on if he summons a Link too. Yeah, buddy, nothing you do changes anything about this. So I don't know what you're trying to do by activating Poly here. You're still a monster short. And so if he normal summons and goes into Link 2, or if he just goes into Link 2 now, I just pop the Link 2 with DP. He cannot run over Plasma because of D-Force. So we're completely fine. Yeah. That must feel bad to have a 1200 attack Dragoon. Oh, he just attacks. That's basically scoop. Because now Plasma gets to take over Dragoon. And he can swing twice. Yeah, D-Hero is a very strong deck, even if you fuck up twice in the combo. So Red Eyes is next. Yeah, so this list is not very optimal. But I guess he doesn't have a lot of cards yet, because that seems like a list that you have at the very beginning of the game. This also, is already obtainable in a deck. Yeah, character deck has it. That's why I have 10 copies of it. Yeah, it's basically a deck to start out with. Let's see what we come up with. Okay, so this is what we came up with. The deck unfortunately got hit by the bans a lot, because previously this deck was playing Melody with multiple Primal Dragons and playing Tachyon Engine in the extra deck, because that would set up a pretty good endboard for it. The only thing it was not playing was Hope Harbinger, because Dragoon is also limited. But because Dragoon is limited, we can basically play no Tachyon cards. So instead we went to pre-preparation of Rites to make it more consistent, and the 3 extra deck slots got replaced by Sanafont, Dragluon, and now for the Photon Lord, because Kaijus and Lava Golems are too prevalent, we also run one Photon Jumper. The funny thing about Photon Jumper is, because Photon Jumper is light, our Levy Enya basically gets to trigger its other effect, which it previously could only do with the Tachyon engine. So it's still, we have Photon Lord as light and we have Dragluon as light. So we basically still can always trigger this effect to pop 2 cards. And we can use our own skill, which gives us Dark Monsters in the graveyard to hand your opponent. Right, time for Red Eyes. Okay, so we're going first and against DDD. Unfortunately, I do not have DDD, so I cannot play DDD in case I win. So just let me know in the comments below what we should do in situations like that. Okay, so we basically have our entire setup. Remember to always grab Dark Magician with this. Because now We can manipulate our dark count to get more darks in the graveyard. Or we can just hand rip. Yeah, the thing about Red Eyes is the end boards are incredibly strong, so it's a very strong deck going second. But going first, it puts so much resources into the board that I don't know if I really like it. Like, look how many cards I just used to create this board. So in this case, I just grab another copy of Transmigration to discard, because we don't want to set, because we want to have Dragoon live. Right now there's nothing worth reviving. This is basically a revive for Dragoon. Yeah, so this is just a revive. That one doesn't really matter. What we need to be aware of is if he summons Caesar. Oh, okay, Lamia. That one could become problematic. But right now is the perfect time to pop the monster. Because he doesn't have any contracts in the graveyard yet. And I guess we can use this to bounce now. And at least this can give us some form of follow-up. We still have a spell trap pop and he needs 2 scales, so I think I'm actually gonna negate this. Because I don't see a way where he gets rid of Dragoon easily. Yeah, this can special something from hand, okay. Okay, Copernicus just dumps one. Yeah, Ragnarok in the graveyard doesn't do anything. So Lamia special summons. Oh, I see. He wants scales. And he actually got them. The issue is he doesn't have any cards. And if he activates the scale effect, I can just pop it. Or any effect for that matter. So he just pendulum summons 1. Yeah, and this one won't resolve. Nobody. No Synchroid for you. Or whatever you're trying to make with the Ragnarok on board. Okay, so it's nice to actually see DDD. He's on board breakers. But like I said, we cannot play the deck because we just don't own the cards. Because we don't have any of the old cards. We didn't go into the box. And he actually summoned Savage Dragon, yeah, understandable. But I think Siegfried in the spot is just better. Because Siegfried can also negate your contracts on your own turn, which Savage Dragon cannot. And if you end on Field Spell, which he doesn't play, you could get really low on life points otherwise. But yeah. So in this scenario, for now, I will go to Beat Trooper because that's a deck that we rarely see on ladder, and I actually think it's a really good deck right now. It just doesn't see a lot of play. But for the next time, just let me know in the comments below. Okay guys, so this is the list that we'll be running. It's been a while. I hope my combo knowledge is still on point. And let's see what we're playing against. Yeah, that looks like Chimera or Dark Magician. In both cases, the trap hole is really good, so we should probably go for Memento. So we're obviously playing the Scout Buggy Lines. It's 30 cards, so we will play hand traps. So let's check. No hand trap here. And there's no hand traps. We only used one of our normal summons, so we still have one open. That's actually not that cool to draw, but I guess it's fine. Our second normal summon will be Memento. So we actually need to get this banished. Yeah, let's grab this. Let's grab this. This grabs fusion. Now we need to be really particular. We use those. Now we get the ad back. Yeah, sorry for the lack of commentary. Since it's been a while with Beetrooper, I need to kind of concentrate on this. So send Goki Pole. Because timing out would be kind of awkward. But we got a full setup, so we just need to make some space to get an extra normal summon here. And I guess we lost one body in the process, but it's fine. So Mamelo, extra normal summon. Let's not time out. You want Mamelo in the graveyard. And we'll just summon this, so we don't get a prompt later. Yeah, I could have done this like 30 seconds faster if I played the deck more often. But there was so much to cover in the recent times. New box, new list. Other video ideas I need to prepare for. There was delay. Okay, so it's actually Dark Magician. But we're completely fine. Yeah, we need to banish this. Let's see what he does. Because I'd like to keep my back row. How many can he get rid of? Because he also loses one card for clearing the back row. He loses one card for skill. And I have 3 monsters on the board that he wants to get rid of. Yeah, now he has to choose. And that's completely fine. If we need space in the main monster zone, we can tribute 1 as cost. And if Dragoon becomes an issue, yeah. So now he either can't skill, or he can't blow up the back row, so we're fine. Okay, he chose to blow up the back row, now he can't skill. Yeah, I kinda miss playing B-Trooper. Or did he rage quit after realizing he can't skill anymore? Unfortunate, buddy. Okay, another 5 tools done. We went 5-0 again. And next time, we'll start off with Dark Magician. I have no idea how good it is in the current meta game, but we're about to find out. If you've watched until here, thank you. I've started doing YouTube 2 months ago and it's been a blast. Thank you for watching, subscribe, and see you guys next time.